Hi there, it's Bruce Millington, Paul Keeley, David Jennings and Paddy Powers, Rob Catterson, and we are looking at Haydock's televised races starting at 2:05 with the Bet365 handicap over 1 mile and 6. Rob, take it away with a show of betting.
Right, we're 9-4 about Humble Hero. It's 13-2 Xenon, 7 Mr. Manjuro and Cribs Causeway. We're then 9-1 about a Dominating and Cray, and they were 12 Spar.
Me and Keel's got a bit thrown there because on our running order it's got the 3 o'clock Betfred Northumberland Vars handicap. I actually know the winner of that because it was run last week, so I won't be doing that race. We're doing the 2:05 now, Keels. Who's the winner of this?
Yeah, right. Well, everybody knows that Richard Kingscote is just absolutely brilliant at Haydock, and you find that he gets booked by all sorts of trainers there, and he just has winner after winner, and he's on the top weight here. Mr. Manjura for Mark Johnston. Mark Johnston has put him on 2 horses at Haydock in the last 4 years, both times this year. Both won, 3-1 and 11-2. He put him on Mr. Manjuro, who 2 starts ago was 4th to Time to Study in a valuable handicap at Musselburgh, and last time wasn't at all disgraced when 7th in the Queen's Vase at Royal Ascot. I think he will take the world to beat him.
When Keels says something like that, any thoughts I may have about a race or an event just go out the window, and he just absolutely convinces me. That was brilliant. Has he convinced you, DJ, or are you going to try and put forward an alternative view?
I will put forward an alternative view, but first I'll back him up. Richard Kingscote, 45 rides at Haydock this year, 14 winners, plus 26.85 profit. He is the man at Haydock, and he seems to always get it right. He's one of these jockeys at this track. If he's on the front end, you always kind of think he's going too quick, but he seems to always save enough. And if he's held up, you know they're going too quick. He just has found the key to Haydock. I don't know how he's done it, but he has, because I've kind of been monitoring him closely. And Mr. Manjuro certainly has a chance. Drawn and stall 1, I'd imagine he'd be pretty positive. But this Cribs Causeway, this is a filly going places rapidly. I've seen her last 3 races. She was evens the last twice, which was picking up money. She officially won by 3 3/4 lengths and 2 3/4 lengths. That is basically the real equivalent of about 13 3/4 lengths and 12 3/4 lengths, because she absolutely bolted up both times. She's gone up another £7 to 82. But you know what? I don't think it's enough. I think she's got tons in hand. She's only had 7 races. And Roger Charlton has his team in cracking form. Kieran Schumacher's in great form. He takes off £3. I think this is a stayer with a really big future. I don't think she'll go off the colour 7-1. I think she's got a great chance, Cribs Causeway.
Do you know where Cribs Causeway is, anyone?
No idea.
DJ?
No, not a... No.
You kind of think it's probably like an ancient sort of thoroughfare or a geographical feature. It's actually a retail outlet near Bristol. How about that? Rob Carson, who wins this?
Yeah, I'm with DJ. Just when you look at what she's done in her last 3 runs, as Dave said, she's much better value for those winning distances. And I think the step up to 1 mile and 6 won't bother her at all. And Roger Charlton's horses are flying. Kieran Schumacher gets on with her really well. I can't see her out of the frame, and as DJ said, I think the money is going to come for her.
Okay, you did your best, lads, but I'm sticking with Keels.
It's a huge jump up in class, you know. Class 6,
class massive,
5.
Yeah.
It's a massive jump up in class.
Righto, let's look at the 240. It's the Bet365 Lancashire Oaks, Group 2 over 1.5 miles. And Abingdon for Sir Michael Stout and that man Richard Kingscote is Fav, isn't he, Rob?
Yeah, she is 15 playing about Abingdon. We're 7-2 the Black Princess, 4 is Hertford Dancer, 9-2 Ajman Princess. There's been support for both Dubka and Rich Legacy since this morning. Dubka's 8th, Rich Legacy is 12th, and 25 is the outsider Wilhelmina.
Away you go, Keels.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Sir Michael Stout as the favourite. Books Richard Kingscote Haydock. Knows what he's doing, doesn't he? I mean, Abingdon won really well last time, and she's from a really good family, and she's likely to improve. And you know, she's a rock solid favourite. I have actually had a little each way on his other runner, Dubka, though, with Pat Dobbs on board. Was back down to favourite in the race won by Ajman Princess at Goodwood early in the season, ran no sort of race on her return, and then ran really well, went second in the Pinnacle Stakes here last time. That was on soft ground, and the Goodwood race was on fast ground, and it's going to be fast tomorrow, but I think it was just too bad to be true first time at Goodwood, and she did act on fast ground last year, so I took a little chance each way on her. OK, and we'll be hoping, obviously, that the flat 8 all run for Dubka each way purposes. DJ, what's your view on the Lancashire Oaks?
I think the Black Princess could get a freebie up front here. Wilhelmina did make the run in the past, but she's up in trip, and I just don't know if she's going to go forward. And when you go through the whole field, the only one that wants to lead is the Black Princess. And I know she was beaten by Blonde Me last time, but it was only a 4-runner race at York. But it was a bit of a messy race. Smart Call was third. Smart Call has ran quite well since. Queen's Trust was fourth. It was only 4 runners, and it was a Group 2, and everybody was saying what a bad Group 2 it was. But I actually think it was better than the perception is out there. And I think she could get a freebie up front. And when she does get things her own way up front, she's a pretty good filly. I'm hoping she could kind of kick early in the home straight on the Robert Hart, and she might just be able to hang on. I think 5-1 is decent each way value at the 8th run.
What do you reckon, Rob?
Yeah, I echo DJ's thoughts again. The form, even though she was disappointing at York, the form hasn't been let down. Smart Call and Queen's Trust have both run well since. And I think if there's a Group 1 filly in this race, it could be her. She could kick on now. And I think this is well within her grasp. The Black Princess for me.
OK, the other televised race at Haydock Park is the 3:15. It's the Bet365 Old Newton Cup. More stamina needed here because it's a 1.5 miles. And again, wide open. Another testing puzzle for the panel. But before they tell us who they fancy, Rob's going to give us a show.
Yeah, we're 4-1 about Shroa. We're 6s then about Big Country. 15-2 Barocco. 8th Moonmeister. 10-1 Soldier in Action. And Cairn Top. 11's Capstad. 14's Bar.
No one's tipped a Rafe yet. Are you going to do that here, Kills? With
I was going to tip one here.
Go on, we'll start with you then. We'll start with you. Go on then. Why is Rafe going to be on the market?
I was just about to say I get a few brownie points from you here because I fancy Cairn Top. And it's funny, I've kind of fancied him since his race at Epsom. He was really unlucky that day. It was 25-1. You probably backed it, so you probably know exactly how it ran. Yeah. But it was quite unlucky. Now I know there's so many horses that are always unlucky at Epsom, but Cairn Top was particularly unlucky because everywhere Pat Dobbs went from the 2 furlong pole, it was just a horse came across it, or basically the gap just wasn't quite big enough, and was beaten 3.5 lengths by Soldier in Action that day. But that run can seriously be upgraded. It was his 2nd run of the season. I think he's coming along nicely. I always thought he would be slightly better than the 100 rated handicapper. You have to remember he was only beaten half a length in the Lingfield Derby trial last year. Was quite impressive at Newmarket before that. I'd say this has been the plan since that race at Epsom. Drawn in stall 5, Rafe's horses as ever are in form. Top will be bang there.
OK, well done, DJ. Kills, what do you think will happen here?
I'm going for another horse that was unlucky at Epsom in Barocco. I've been following him, and I've done a lot of money of him since he won at Epsom in April. He ran at Chester next time, and although I don't think he'd have beaten a bit of a handicap blot in K-Rat, he had no chance from the off because he was held up while the favourite made his own steady pace. But the way he went round the rest of the field and was going away at the death was seriously impressive. And then apparently he got a little bit upset behind the stalls or even in the stalls at Epsom last time, and he was very keen early, and he was still running on. But he just never got anything like a break at Epsom, did he? And he is bred to want this extra trip. He runs like he'll get it. I mean, if he's really keen, he won't. That's a worry for me. But I do think he's a very well handicapped horse. But I've also had a bet on one of the complete rags called Cosmopolitan, trained by Alan King. Now, you've got to forgive a pretty awful run at York last time because he beat only a couple of home and was beaten miles. But it was very soft ground. Well, it wasn't very soft, but it was soft ground. York can throw up some funny results. He just didn't like it. It wasn't his running. He was 7th to Frontiersman in that red-hot handicap at Newmarket earlier this season, and he travelled really, really well for a long way. His best form last season was on flattish tracks. Really travelled well here last year in September before not staying 1.6 miles. And I think just at a massive price, he's worth an each way bet.
This Haydock meeting is very much a Paul Keeley hot meeting, isn't it? You've had some results down the years, haven't you?
Good results, most notably with Bathsheba when she won her first Lancashire Oaks.
Indeed. Rob, who do you think is going to win the Old Newton?
Yeah, it's a Big Country for me. He's the form horse in the race. He's already won 3 this season, and the only time he was beaten, he was a close enough for the Frontiersman, and of course that form's been franked since. He won over 1.2 miles the last day, but I think back over 1.5 miles, and he's really, really tough, and he's so consistent. And I think for Josephine Gordon, I know DJ's a big fan of her. You need toughness to win this, and I think he ticks all the boxes.
Righty-ho. Before we get the naps, anything at Bellestown, Beverley, Carlisle The Haydock undercard, Leicester, Nace, Nottingham, the Sandown undercard, Paul Keeley.
Sandown undercard, first race. Al-Mareb of Richard Hannon's. Tried to make the running up to a mile last time and really stuck his head down, but didn't stay. Just got so the winner started to go away from him with about 100 yards to go, and then he lost 2 more places. He's down to 7 furlongs. I think he will make all.
DJ.
Yeah, Nace in the 2:45. I think it could be worth giving Golden Pearl another chance. She's drawn in stall 3. She ran at the Curragh last weekend and things didn't really go according to plan. Was caught on the wrong part of the track, and Shane Foley tried to make a challenge kind of in between horses and then was forced very, very wide. She's only beaten 2 lengths. She's gradually coming to hand, so slowly but surely. She's down to 79. I think she's well handicapped. It's quite an interesting little filly's handicap because Music Box is in it, but she's an absolute rogue. I don't think she wants to race at all. There'll be plenty of pace in it with One Over You, and Miss Power is in there as well. I just think it could be set up for Golden Pearl. She's got a hood on and a tongue strap. I always thought she would win a handicap like this off a mark in the 70s, and she's off 79. So Golden Pearl in the 2:45 at Nace.
Okay, and Rob, you've normally sussed 1 or 2 for us over there in the Emerald Isle.
Yeah, I've a few, so I'm going to try and have to do a DJ on this.
No, don't do a DJ. Be concise.
Right,
Do a DJ, we'll be here all night. So go on, away you go. The horse, the race, and 3 words in why each of them's going to win.
Right, 135 at Nace. My Mystique, third the first day, should win. 3:20 Nace. Strike for Freedom, a national stakes entry. He won well in his debut. I think he'll follow up. Gold Rush for Jim Bulger. By Frankel out of Alexander Gold Run. She makes her belated debut in the 3:55. Watch out for her. Sarah Felly in the 4:30 for Peter Fahey. He won 2 heading into the Curragh last week. Didn't get a run. I think he could bounce back. And in the lucky last at Nace, Enemy of the State. He's had 3 runs in average maidens at Dundalk. He makes his handicap debut. Johnny Levin's horse are flying, and he's running for the first time after being gelded, which is always good.
6 tips in the time it normally takes David Jennings to clear his throat. Well done, Rob. Excellent stuff. Let's get the naps.
This will not be beaten.
Kills, who are you going for?
Yeah, I go Mr. Manduro in the 2:05 at Haydock.
David Jennings.
I will be gutted and questioning my judgment on horse racing if Barney Roy does not win the Eclipse.
Okay, and that's obviously 3. What is it?
3:35 Sandown, sorry.
Come on. I know it's the big race. You've still got to adhere to the rules, DJ. And Rob Catterson, what's your nap?
Yeah, it was going to be Barney Roy, so I'll go to Ireland. Sarah Felly in the 4:30. He'll be a price, and he represents an informed trainer, Peter Fahey.